YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy DG. Welcome back to No Freight Left Behind, the only free jewelry store on the internet right now that's giving you the info that you need. We're dropping gems all day long. Before we start the video, if you're serious about getting into the box truck industry, you're serious about making some money, I need you to hit that subscribe button, man. It's going to be crucial to your success. I'm going to post a lot of content that's not just for beginners, even some of you who've been in the game for more than 90 days, who had your authority already. Some of these tips and tricks I'm going to give you are going to take you to the next level. So I want you to be tuned in, tapped in, and ready for success. Let's get straight into it, y'all. The number one form of communication that most brokers ask for is email. So that's what I'm going to go over first. Email communication is critical. I know a lot of you have gotten on these load boards and you'll see that the broker will have the commodity, the weight, the origin city, destination, all that good stuff as far as the load is concerned. But how are you going to contact them? They always, I won't say always, but more often than not, you'll see email only. The reason behind this is, can you imagine how many people are trying to contact a broker for a load? I mean, just imagine 186,000 new carriers just got added to the FMSCA system last year or year before last or something to that effect. So you can imagine how many of them are non-CDL who are looking to book the same kind of load you are in the same area that you are at the same time that you are. So who wants to have all those phone calls at one time? Your phone will blow up in your hand from all those phone calls. So a lot of brokers, just to make things easier, they ask for emails. Makes things simpler. Most common mistake that I see people make when trying to email a broker is the professionalism part. Now, I know I preach a lot about being professional in the industry. This is the one exception to that rule. You do not need to be super professional in your emails to your broker. You need to get straight to the point. The broker doesn't want to be greeted and how are you doing, all of that. It needs to be boom, boom, boom. The first thing you need to do in the subject line, origin city and state, destination city and state. The broker needs to know what load you're inquiring about. Following behind that on the subject line needs to be your bid. And if you need help on how to determine the bid, make sure you click the subscribe button because my next video coming up will be how to calculate your bid when bidding on a load board. It's definitely going to be some key information for those of you who are just getting started in the game. And even for some of you who've been in the game for a little bit who are just kind of confused on how to bid with or provide a bid for a broker so that you can actually get a response and get them on your line and start the negotiation process. So in the body of the text, you want to have what kind of equipment that you're running, what's your ETA to the pickup city. You know, if it says Atlanta and you're in McDonough, you know your ETA will be, you know, within 30 minutes, depending on traffic. You make sure that you try to be as close as possible to your ETA because that, in some cases, that's going to make or break whether the broker is even going to respond to you if you're within range of the load for pickup time. I mean, you know, we're a very time sensitive community, so you have to make sure that, you know, the load that you're bidding on, you're within range of. And a good acceptable range most of the time, if the broker doesn't have a posted time for pickup, you want to be within 45 minutes, no more than an hour to where the pickup location is to kind of ensure that a broker will respond to you. Is this going to guarantee that the broker is going to respond to you? No, but you improve your chances by being within that range. Next piece of information that I see a lot of people skip out on in the body of their messages is their dimensions of their truck. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know the industry standard for a box truck dimension is 99 high at the door, 96 wide. 96 is going to go ahead and put those two pallets in both sides of your truck because the standard pallet is 48 by 48, 4 feet by 4 feet. And in your 26 foot of space, you should be able to fit six on one side, six on the other, 13 if you turn them a certain type of way and maneuver them. But we'll get into all of that later. So you want to make sure that you put the dimensions of the truck in the body of your message so that the broker doesn't have to come back and say, well, what's your dimensions? I don't know if this load will fit on there. And then somebody else comes in with their dimensions ready, and he's like, I'm not even gonna respond to you anymore because I got somebody who's ready to go. They knew what to send. They knew what I was looking for. I don't have to do the back and forth. God forbid they already be set up with him as a carrier. You're out the door. It's over with. You know, you need to be prepared for all of that. So your message needs to be clear, concise, to the point, giving them every bit of information that they need so they can start giving you every bit of information that you need to begin your rate negotiation. Another thing I like to personally add in the body of my text is, any equipment that I have. And you don't have to put the whole thing out, lift gate, pallet, jack. A lot of brokers understand common abbreviations. So what I like to do in the body of my text is I'll put equip with a semicolon, 26, comma, because comma is the abbreviation for foot, ST standing for straight truck, plus PJ for pallet jack, plus LG for lift gate. Now the broker is going to know 26-foot box truck, lift gate, pallet jack. I know what kind of equipment this carrier is working with. I know this load will fit because I posted it with these dimensions. Let's get it booked. Boom. It's the simple stuff and making the broker position easier for them to work with you because they have all the information that they need. Number one suggestion to you is to always have something like this saved on the side, and maybe like a Word document or on a notepad that you have on your laptop or something like that. And that way you can just copy and paste. The only thing that you'll be changing is the title line and the bid. With the exception of changing your ETA to the location, everything else should stay the same. You're going to keep the same equipment as far as your truck and whatever accessories that you have coming along with it. Everything else is just a plug and play. Driver name, all that extra stuff that the broker may ask for later. You're not going to have to worry about including that right then and there because once you get the load, the broker is going to request all that information anyway. So don't worry about trying to put your driver name in there and their phone number out the gate because some people think like, well, another broker asked me for that in advance. Maybe I should just go ahead and give this to every broker. It doesn't matter, honestly, because they're going to ask for it at the end of the day once you sign the rate. Now, this was only part one, y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be tuned in for part two when we talk about how to negotiate with the broker via phone. Whole different ball game in comparison to emailing them. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. I got something special for y'all. In the link in the description of this video is how you can purchase my authorized list of brokers that work with new authorities. All of these brokers have been verified. They work with new authorities. If they have an asterisk by them, that means they offer quick pay and they will pay you. They've already been verified, so you don't have to worry about getting your money. On top of that, for those of you who have stuck around for this video, I'm offering that list for 50% off if you use the code NFLB. The price for the list is normally $9.99. You're basically gonna be getting it for $5, but it's only for the first 25 people who go in and purchase. The link is in the bio. Y'all go check it out, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Stay tuned for part two where we talk about going over the phone, man. No freight left behind. Your boy DG. I appreciate y'all. Go.